For me, I would say it's been going good. Like just like experiencing like the water bill since we came from like Atlantis and all that other past lives as well. But so far for this like lifetime, it's been pretty good overall. Just like experiencing like the different shifts and like trying to like clear up like those past karmas or like the past debt, especially like the things that you may be like triggered by, like trying to heal those like wounds and everything like that.
For real, for real. And as what Sadhguru himself keeps saying, Sadhguru, I'm pretty sure you've seen him quite a few times already. He literally said that karma is really nothing more than how you react to certain situations. In fact, you know that the ruling class of this garbage ass system that we're in, they love for people to just react instead of just pausing, sitting down, and thinking of what moves they should strategize next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like in like school how they like to indoctrinate people to like just not think of their own, but also just like go with the flow and just like keep going with the
I mean,
system and everything like that.
I have no problem with going on with the flow. But if the flow is not coming from nature, if it's not coming from the celestial bodies, if it's not coming from the universe, the Most High, the spiritual ancestors, the spiritual team in general, if it's coming from the system, forget it. I'd rather not have a thing to do with that. Period. Especially in this time we're in.
Yeah, definitely. Since like they just like based on like always reacting, like that's why so many people be having like those reaction channels and like reaction videos and everything like that. It's funny.
Yeah, for real now. You really stop and think about it. What even what even is a freaking reaction except how you're trained to react to something? It's so ridiculous.
Right, to be honest. It's like where you just like based it off of your like perspective and just putting your own like opinions on things without like knowing like the full situation or like your full like history behind it and everything.
Oh, you mean like just how they keep twisting our history and like what Real Merkaba keeps saying on his YouTube channel? These people, especially when it comes to Black History Month, honestly, just wipe that bitch out. Honestly, I don't care about that. You can take BLM with you if you want to, because we are literally the history of this planet. Because you can't tell me, bro, and I don't mean to go on a long lecture or anything like that, even though, yeah, I'm very grateful to be here on the meeting with you. But you can't tell me for millions, if not billions of years we've been on this planet. Who knows how long we've been on this planet? History was literally always front, back, and center, focused on us. And then these bitches who literally just came like what, yesterday, Johnny come yesterday, as they call them. They
Right.
literally just go around. They literally just go around. They just went around discovering new lands and whatnot. But hey, guess what, fellas? We literally discovered those lands long before you. And you mean to tell me that you literally beat us? You enslaved us. You took us away from our dear bloodkin. You literally, like, maybe not in great swaths, but still managed to carry a good bit of us away from our families into lands that we aren't familiar with, to literally work in a system where you not only created a god to enslave us, but literally beat us, raped us, fed our children to alligators. And I could go on, bro, but like, yo, this system, bro, it's literally nothing. If you really were to stop and think about it, like what Dr. Phil Valentine keeps saying, why do people continue to give power to this Frankenstein system? You know what I mean?
Yeah, to be honest, it's like when you keep putting out that though like giving up your power and everything like that, they feed off of it and then just like manipulate it into like their own beings and then do like different like rituals and all that type of stuff.
It's ridiculous, man. It's freaking ridiculous. And especially when you're not feeding the system as you say, you're not being manipulated by these people to do things. Like the people around you who already cannot see past what it is that's clearly going on, it's a drag, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to be honest, it's
Like
like draining of the energy and all that. That's why like people like when they like get up for work and everything, they come back home and just like so tired and just like
drained,
don't do anything.
drained,
Yeah,
drained. Which is why no matter what, yo, it's no wonder they keep saying exercise is really important and whatnot, because at least on the physical level, you could literally try to kind of charge yourself and build that energy back up. But bro, yo, I always keep, I've realized out of my own experience, even if you just do a few push-ups a day or sit-ups a day or whatever it is, you're mentally pushing yourself to ensure that, yeah, you're keeping yourself going based off of your own terms and not what someone else tells you. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's kind of like pushing like your to those new boundaries or just like pushing towards like something outside of your mind, like not keeping you inside like that box. Something like that.
Oh, and that's exactly what this society is all about. Remember what Neo said in the Matrix? Not Neo, Morpheus. Morpheus told Neo in the Matrix, you were born in a system that you were trained to not see, to not hear, to not touch, or just to not be aware of, period. Is that not the case for lots and lots of people going on in today's world?
Why, especially since like people would be wearing like gloves and those like face diapers and all that other stuff. We don't
Like,
like
goodness, hey, bro, these freaking face diapers, right? Just the face diapers alone. I'm like, goodness gracious, you cannot tell me that wearing that stupid thing on your face all day and you're going to possibly be healthy. Like, I really don't know right now what do a lot of people really think? Like, I ask you, bro, what do you think a lot of people really see to be healthy nowadays? You know what I mean?
yeah, and then like it's funny because like everyone is scared to go like vegan or plant-based, but you see like they keep saying like, oh, chicken has like the most protein and all this and that, but like it's like people really just scared to be healthy, to be honest.
And oh boy, when it comes to food, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy,
Right.
food is a whole nother topic in and of itself, because when I tell you, bro, we've been trained from the get-go to literally live like true savages. It is sad, but I'm very grateful to my spiritual team, true self, as well as the most high source energy itself, that yo, bro, with everything that's going on right now, I really don't see how when one becomes conscious of who they really are, why is it that they're here in this dense, slow moving 3D world? I mean, don't get me wrong. Nature itself is easily the best part about this world because she provides us everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like everything. But I mean to say, like, yo, we to literally break free from those shackles, it's really first and foremost a mental thing. And sadly, many people, at least in this lifetime, they're just not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's why it's always important to not like try to force anyone, because like if forcing someone is kind of like bringing up like arguments or like miscommunication and all that other stuff, and then they'll be like draining your energy, and now they trying to steal your energy so they can manipulate it or anything like that too.
And I tell you one thing, energy vampires are a real thing. And it be the people, like what Dr. Mumbi keeps saying in her videos, because she's lately been making quite a good bit of videos explaining just how, in fact, it's not really the, if you want to say Babylon system, but really it's the Greco-Romans, let's be real, it's the freaking Romans and whatnot. It's not even so much that system which we should be more concerned about. It's really the people around us who we grew up with. Those are the people who we should be most aware of and vigilant. Because, bro, you never know when the time's gonna come. They literally stab you in the back.
Right, to be honest, it's always like those people who are like you keep them on the circle and like just the closest around who can like just easily just snap like out of pocket, and then it it gets you like all like caught off guard and everything like that, and then it's like
Man, I tell you one thing, bro. Like, you're literally, as we've been talking for like a while now, again, grateful to meet you, my brother. Grateful
oh
to meet
yeah,
you,
you
little
too,
bro.
bro.
And but I mean to say, like, you're literally the only person I can speak to concerning the non-mundane, like the higher, uh, basically the non-physical, non-3D realm things. You know what I mean? The unseen, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. Since like a lot of people just like or too just like in the program or just like kind of like faking it and everything like that. It's just like
You know, especially like the Matrix, like what Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. I'm pretty sure you're aware of Ralph
oh
Smart,
yeah,
Infinite Waters. Even if you don't watch his videos often, there'll be some bangers that he does come out with, because you know, when you're in tune with true self, when you're in tune with nature and the most high source. Yo, bro, when you look at the Matrix, the original 1999 film alone, even if you don't watch 2 and 3, bro, yo, I kid you not, that's not just a movie, you know, it's a freaking documentary.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Like, yo, the what?
that was the best Matrix movie, to be honest with you.
Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, you can't. Like what Ty Spiritual said. I don't even know how that movie made it past the censors, or how it made it even past the freaking directors and whatnot, because it's nothing but truth in that movie, bro.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of really conscious like movies that came out definitely like in the 1990s or like 1980s, like Fallen and like that. I forgot the other one, but it's like with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but there was another one too.
I think you mean the one where Arnold, he literally he was, I think he was a police officer, and something about he had to go up against the devil or something like that.
Oh, that's the Fallen one with Denzel
Uh,
Washington.
yeah, the one with Denzel Washington is a movie I have yet to watch for you. But I mean to say, there's one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's more like a end times biblical,
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, end times type of movie. Like, but you know, another movie Arnold was in, that's literally also a conscious movie that literally tells our story, is Predator. Like,
Oh
Predator.
yeah. Right.
You see the hair on Predator. Whose hair is that? You cannot tell me.
Right.
You cannot tell me that movie was based off anyone else other than us melanated carbon people.
Yeah, it got the dreads and everything, to be honest.
I'm
It
tell
just shows you.
Bro, you could just go on Bobby Hemmett's old lectures. He be spilling nothing but the truth on a lot of these things that a lot of people just for some reason want to stay unconscious and completely aware of. Like, I want to know, how is it that when you awaken from all of this, how is it that you can possibly choose to go back to this mundane, evil system, energy draining system, like that one guy in the Matrix, like at the beginning of the first movie,
Oh
who
yeah.
betrayed Neo and the guy. I mean, like,
I feel like a lot of people think it's like temporary or like those like short-term pleasure type joint instead of like looking at it long term. But they see where we're heading, and they see like the progression. But I feel like a lot of people just don't want to wait, to be honest.
bro, I really don't know what it is. And you know, you really try your best to by the way, it's recording, right, bro? It's already
Oh
recording, right?
yeah, yeah, we good.
Okay. Good. I really wish as much people as possible can get the message and like could really go back and check these things out for themselves, whether it be Predator, whether it be Fallen, whether it be The Matrix. You can go ahead and watch the entire trilogy if you want to, because those movies are nothing but conscious truth. It's telling you the truth. Don't just look at it as entertainment, because yo, bro, I'm telling you, especially now when you look at like Netflix, and you look at Star Wars and whatnot. And a video I watched yesterday, somebody said in the comment section, the Star Wars franchise makes it look like as if going to the dark side is a bad thing. But really, when you stop and think about it, bro, before there was darkness. So why on earth must we even be scared as carbon melanated beings of the dark? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's like they definitely like kind of like scared of us, to be honest, and that's just shows like how powerful we truly are, to be honest.
Because bro, you cannot tell me you're consistently, decade after decade, coming up with new, and not even new. It's literally like you said, the same rehashed garbage over and over again. You keep rehashing the same goddamn stupid things just so you could try to get us to use our own power to dictate your own nonsensical system when we could literally break away from you and create our own system. Because bro, let's be real, whether it be the original melanated carbon people or even like white people or the so-called modern day Asian people, the slanted eye people, whether you're talking about the Indian people or whatnot, bro, it really doesn't matter where you come from, because these bodies are just suits no matter what. These are really not who we are. And on top of that, the amount of people who aren't even black, so-called black melanin carbonated people, the amount of uh like these other human groups who have come out and given the truth, the amount of them that they just like silenced from the mainstream media and whatnot, like they literally just get rid of these people, kill these people. And i'm to be I'm to literally only focus on, oh yeah, my race this and my race that, when my own race, and it is sad to say, like melanated carbon people, as you and I have been talking about, yeah, they have a lot of work to do when it comes to awakening and whatnot.
Yeah, they definitely got a lot of work to do, like just to like be like not even conscious, but just kind of woke about certain things, to be honest. But I think that movie I was talking about is called
Mhm.
They Live with Waddy Piper. Have you
Oh
seen
yeah. No,
um
I've seen commercials about it and whatnot. I've seen, like, you could say, like, people who've like reviewed the movie and whatnot, but I haven't actually watched the movie. And truth be told, there are like so many surprisingly conscious movies, because like we know, bro, they hide the truth in fiction. There is no better way to tell people the truth and they wouldn't be aware of it than in fiction. Major air quotes, you know what I mean? Because especially when you teach children at a young age, because children, they're still connected from the age of 0 to 7, they're still connected to their true self, you know what I mean? But when
yeah,
society starts putting that fear, that guilt, that shame upon them, and like they can't even really express themselves, they limit their imagination based off of stupid social constructs. But the witches, wizards, and especially wizards and warlocks, because patriarchy and men this and men that, women cannot express themselves whatsoever because they suck, I guess. I mean, based off of them, not me. Like, women, especially our women, like, they are literally the universe manifest in human flesh, bro. But I mean to
yeah,
say, like, there's no better way to hide the truth than in fiction, because only conscious people would get the messages from these works of fiction so that they can see, yo, for real, it looks like I need to read this book, or I need to get into this type of field of knowledge and whatnot, because there's so much that they hide from us. And yet, especially now in this, if you want to call it the age of Aquarius that we're moving into, they ain't hiding shit no more. And they're literally like telling us straight up, yo, this is what we plan on doing with y'all. This is what the agendas that we have for y'all. But if you want to continue to follow us, hey, we're gonna be fine in our bunkers and whatnot. But y'all are fucked. You know what I mean?
yeah, they definitely doing that type of stuff. And like it's kind of like they see like the conscious people's lifestyles and how they go about life and everything, but they kind of seem like, oh, I can't do that type of stuff. Or I'll get there later, or like, you know what I'm saying, just keep pushing it off, or just having like those regrets, even though like people should be confident within their bodies, because like we chose our avatar before both, so like we chose this. So
And you know, the saying is so true, bro. What does not kill me can only make me stronger. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I am just longing for the day when I can completely separate myself from this piece of shit system and I'm honest about it. Because even long before this scamdemic, when Matthew Santoro years back, like not too long ago, he made a video showing people who like literally just abandoned society and decided to go live out in nature. And mind you, the amount of quote unquote white people that are on that list, even they themselves are like, man, I'm talking before the pandemic, you know, bro, before we even knew this bullshit would have taken place. They're like, yo, fuck this, man. Like, I really can't take this society no more. Let me just go. Yeah, roosters in the background, you know,
Oh
you could hear
yeah.
them for yourself. No, yeah, I'm telling you, like, yo, these chickens, look at me. But yeah, like I'm telling you, bro, they're going out in nature and whatnot. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's like gears, like the bolts in my head were literally starting to go on, but none of that actually really took place. Like, solidly and like, bam, it literally just hit when such as when the pandemic, the scamdemic, we know it's nothing but a MK Ultra global mind control agenda. But like, yo, these people are so in touch with nature, bro. They don't want to have nothing to do with this society because they already saw years beforehand. Oh, just make sure when something happens in society, you don't like turn to us, call us crazy or anything, because like, remember, it's the crazy people who were major game changers in history.
Yeah, that's so true because like everyone who stands out or like was took like a different route, like they would definitely like speaking on some truth. But everyone who kept like going with the system and everything like that, they really not like trendsetters or anything like that.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, like, yo, what a time. Like what Dr. Mumbi keeps saying, it's the best of times for those who are conscious and are literally making the moves, because it's not enough to be conscious and you're doing nothing about it. You got to be making the moves. You got to be applying all the knowledge that you're getting, or as much of the knowledge that you're getting as you can, so that you can live your best life yet in this 3D world. But like, literally, bro, it's also the worst of times for a lot of people, because like, oh, okay, so you're okay with uh getting jabbed based off of a virus that probably doesn't even exist. You're okay with presenting a certificate to do mundane things like go to a restaurant, a cinema, or stuff like that. So you're basically okay with all of that, with just bowing down to totalitarian authority and just willingly give your power away. Okay, that's you, but like me personally, I would rather like literally, like what General said, he said, if I have to literally find myself on an island eating nothing but coconuts and bananas, hey, that's literally a step in the right direction for me, because I'm literally not giving my power in that sense to the people who literally dictate this system.
Right, I would definitely like live there for like the rest of my life, to be honest, just eating coconuts and
Bro, there are so many people in this life right now. Yo, I mean, I remember an episode of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Like,
oh yeah.
I cannot remember. Yeah. By the way, like 1990s cartoons. Like, I swear that was like the last decade of truly amazing cartoons and whatnot.
Right.
But like, there was literally an episode where, like, it came down to only one wish was left, and everybody was complaining about what they should do with it and whatnot. Mandy made the wish. Mandy made the wish. She got so pissed. She wished everybody to just go away, like literally go away, bro. Everybody freaking disappeared. Mandy's the only human being left on the planet. She literally stopped and contemplated what she just did. Yo, bro, at the end, she literally just gave that. You know who Mandy was as a character already. She
Oh yeah.
literally just gave that perfect. Yo, bro, to be somewhere where there's literally nobody harassing you, messing with your mind and whatnot. Like, yo, it's just amazing. It would just be a great experience.
Right, especially like since like you have like that quiet mind and no one try to like into like your reality or try to like manipulate or try to switch your reality or anything like that, but just like having that quiet mind where the sun's hitting you and then you just getting like infinite downloads and like the water
Yo,
on
bro, I'm telling, yo, bro, I'm telling you, like right now, where I'm just sitting in front of Ra because he's about to set and we're about to go into Duat time. You know, Duat, like when Ra has to go through the underworld and whatnot. And yo, I'm telling you, bro, like this sunlight is just beautiful. It feels so good. I mean, I guess right now you guys are still in that like winter phase.
Oh yeah, we have like sometimes where like the sun while it comes out, but like it be like cloudy and it's just like not it in the east one. And it's funny because in the they have it like all reversed on maps and everything like that. Like the east was supposed to be like all the hot weather and everything, and the west supposed to be cold. But then they switch it around, and now it's like the east is cold and the west is hot.
Like things are literally changing, bro. Things are literally happening in nature as well. That and when we're while we're on that topic, bro, yo, isn't it amazing how the so-called mainstream, aka the lamestream media, as somebody perfectly called them, how they're just so fixated on one stupid, tired narrative that a lot of people, I'm surprised, are very well aware of. But so many of these like older generation people and whatnot, I'm like, how can you not see what it is that's going on? Why are you so fixated on a freaking virus that you don't even question its existence?
Right. And like don't even get me started with like they haven't even isolated it or not. That's like, but it's not even but yeah, like they just like so focused on whatever that they tell us. And like it's funny because like they can say like, oh, like 1 million people just randomly died in like another country, but like we haven't experienced that. Like we don't know what's really taking place over there. It's like they just lying right through the television
Thank
screen.
you. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only person who thinks that. Why are you so focused on other countries? What's going on their land, on their territory? It's their problems and whatnot. And you're not focusing on bettering your own society, your own issues that you're supposed to be solving. Like, why are you people so bad? Why do you fail at being human beings? Huh? Simple question. I'm not talking about any spiritual, like high level occult esoteric knowledge or whatnot. Why do you suck at being human beings so much? Huh?
Yeah, it's crazy because and then they just like keep thinking like, oh, we can just vote and we can just vote. Like voting is not even like does anything because like they already elect people already.
It's not an election, it is a selection.
That's facts, to be honest.
Like it's just freaking ridiculous. But anyway, bro, any like particular I don't know, any particular topics that you wouldn't mind like sharing with the people yourself? Like because I myself like yo, I pretty much said as much as I could, even though there's like so much more I could share, but like that you yourself could give your own take on whatever it is that you just wanted to get off your chest or something like that.
Oh, I'm kind of open to anything, to be honest. I can let you have like the floor and like you can speak on anything you want, to be honest, or however long you want.
You know, bro, it's so like amazing because certain people have said like, yo, I literally have the gifts and the talent of speaking and whatnot. And it's not even to say like just speaking. Oh, Ra, setting, don't leave me, Ra, don't leave me. But yo, bro, I'm telling you, like, I know I have the gift of speaking and whatnot because even back, because in SM we have our own like dialect for the English and whatnot. But like a lot of kids would tell me, yo, you sound like an American. I'm talking about like primary school days and whatnot, like when things were seemingly innocent, like it was never innocent, but like, people, the kids would tell me that. And I'm like, so you mean like I have a more refined way of speaking English? Because to begin with, English isn't even my parents' language. It's actually the Haitian Creole. And if you were to actually go back to when we were in Africa, like literally we're talking about the Wolof, the Fon, and the Ewe languages. Like literally, the English was just a language that was taught to us, just like how Spanish and Dutch. Yeah, Dutch was another language that was taught to us here in SM because um, like colonization and with these so-called European powers, like it doesn't even freaking matter because what's going on over there in those countries, like they're losing their power. So like to even call them powers, I would just be like, yeah, the former slave masters, just say that straight up. But kids would tell me that, bro, and I'm like, huh, if only I could speak to a wider audience and whatnot. And you, my dear brother, have given me the opportunity to literally share this message with whoever it is who wants to hear it so that they can see, so that they can hear. Yo, reality is not what they tell you, my dear people. It's not what they tell you. Many of you, it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're so-called white, so-called black, so-called white, so-called Indian, so-called East Asian, so-called Arab. Like, yes, these people have done terrible things to us. Yes, they deserve whatever it is that's coming to them because we've allowed them to delay their karma for too long, accepting their silly gifts and whatnot, which mean nothing because it's only on a physical level, which also shows how low of a level that we're operating on. But still, it doesn't matter who you are because we're all here on a mission. We're all here to have an experience. We're all here to fulfill a purpose and to live our desires. Like, you've granted me that opportunity, bro, and I'm very grateful for that. But please, people, it's the time for us to literally break away from this system mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Don't worry about the physical. That will manifest in time. But we literally don't want to give these bitches. Just imagine, bro, if everybody just stopped and said, fuck all of you. I ain't paying my rent. I ain't going to work. I'ma just live like the animals on the field. Because just like what Ralph Smart said, how can we call ourselves the smartest creatures on this planet and yet we have to freaking pay for stuff? What?
Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense to be honest, especially like the stuff that grows from nature. It just like comes from nature. Like we should like be able to like just like take it. You know how like some other people in countries that just randomly go up to like a tree and just like pick off some peaches or whatnot and just like take it with them and stuff. But it's like,
Bro, that is the lifestyle, by the way. Yeah, Raw. Yeah, he decided, yo, Andy, I'm gonna leave you with Brandon. You're in good hands. Please take care of me, bro. But like, yeah, I'm gonna see you again, Ra. You always win, Dua. Thank you very much, Ra. Love you, Ra. But that's the kind of lifestyle we should go back to, bro. Yo, I just get up because, like what Dr. Mumbi said, and again, I be watching some truly conscious people. Dr. Mumbi, she's the spiritual mama, the spiritual teacher. Real Merkaba, he's literally like the historical teacher showing us, yo, how the Greeks, because the current Jews, the people who run this system, and yes, so-called Jews, like what young Pharaoh said, the to call yourself a Jew is literally the equivalent of calling yourself a Crip or a Blood. It's not an ethnicity. It's literally a club membership. But these Jews, who are actually the descendants of Greeks, yes, the descendants of Greeks, the white Greeks. By the way, the original Greeks are Etruscans, as well as many of the original Roman emperors and whatnot. They were black as well, but yeah, they don't teach you history like they should teach you because, hey, why would you, who is my enemy, why would I teach you the truth? I got to teach you a bunch of lies, and even if it's a half truth, that's better for me because I keep you in the dark. You know what I'm saying, bro? But
oh,
like these Greeks, they literally like hammer in the lies and whatnot. They literally try to hide who it is that they really are. They literally try to hide who they really are. And when in truth, everything that we can ever discover, everything that we can know and whatnot, the truth is literally right there, bro. It takes is a simple duck duck go search. Hell, even on Google, if they don't censor their information so much, it should literally be like as simple as yeah, a simple Google search and whatnot. Like, but yo, bro, I'm telling you, like, people, we're living in the era where we have so much information available to us before, like, yeah, they decide whatever, and they're going to take the internet down and whatnot. But this truth is already there, and a lot of people are going to hear it. But we should literally get back to our roots of literally being one with nature, because I kid you not, bro, like, this system, it's literally on its last legs. It's a house of cards. Why continue to give our power to this bloody vampiric parasitic system? Because these people already show us they don't have the power. We're the ones who are the power. We give them the power, and I say it's about time we take our power back. I mean, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong.
Oh no, that's all facts right there. To be honest, it's kind of like the I think it's the I think it's like the dice game where like you have like the like stacks and then you like push it and all of it comes down and everything like that. Kind of like similar to that. But yeah, they definitely like never like will tell their enemy like their plan. So like they tell them, but they so brainwashed that they can't even comprehend or like reciprocate that they're all getting like brainwashed and everything like that. And then like they don't like try to like teach them anything as well either, because it's all about like the mind and then the body and also like the spiritual then the physical, how it manifests.
And in a in a book in a book that literally a book that I started reading, The Goddess Sekhmet by Robert Masters. I'm pretty sure I shared that book with you already, bro. There are literally five main bodies that we should be aware of: the physical body, which is called the Aufu; the Ka, which is the mind body, because even in Haitian voodoo, there a ritual has to be performed. Like how when you have like hauntings and whatnot, it turns out that the person's Ka, the mind body, is what's actually left behind. But because it's so like it believes that it is the real thing. You could say like the Ka is the ego. The Ka is the ego that's left behind, because you as a spiritual being, you don't need an ego because you're so powerful and whatnot. You come from higher planes of existence. You don't need an ego. It's just to protect yourself, because in our nature, we are actually very childlike, like very innocent and whatnot, which is why we're given an ego when we come into these bodies, so that we can literally fend ourselves off. Because let's be real, it's a gladiator realm that we're living in. But the Ka is literally left behind, believing that it is the real thing, which is why, if for those of y'all who didn't know, that is why hauntings and whatnot take place, because the Ka is literally what's running amok. And which is why in Haitian voodoo, rituals have to be done in order to ease and please the Ka, so that it can move on, and that, yeah, the hauntings would stop and whatnot. And then we have the third body, which is the shadow body, which I believe is the subconscious, based off of what I read. Because even Enoch the Freestyle Prince made a video not long ago. Ooh, another one, Enoch, love that brother. um the Haidit is the shadow body, which literally information travels to. Not only does it stay, but it also travels to other realms, which is why so-called demons and whatever other spiritual entities could literally just come in our paths, because like literally the Haidit is that doorway into different spiritual dimensions and whatnot. And then you have the Ku, which is the higher spiritual body, and then you have the Sahu, which from what I read is the highest spiritual body. So it's literally five different spiritual bodies. The Aufu, which is the physical body, this physical body that which we are not. Like, yeah, this is the Aufu. We have the Ka, which is the ego. We have the Haidit, which is the shadow body. We have the Ku, which is the higher spiritual body, higher than the Haidit anyway. And then we have the Sahu, which is the highest spiritual body. Like, bro, I'm telling you, we literally have people, and there are books out there. If only Black people themselves would literally take the time to sit down and read a book instead of reading a goddamn fairy tale, which is nothing but a bunch of hidden esoteric occult knowledge, which they disguise as a stupid fairy tale anyway. Because if the God of the Bible was real, if he even really cared about you, shouldn't his punk ass have come back and stopped all of this a long time ago? Why allow all of this to go on anyway? Like, just how incompetent and pathetic of a god is he, huh? And on top of that, he looks like a white guy. I kid you not. Like, literally, he's always depicted as a white guy, and many white people don't even care about this god and his silly religion anymore. Like, bro, what do you personally make of all of this? Because honestly, I'm so done arguing with people about Christianity, because let them stay in their own little fantasy world, thinking that some motherfucker who never even existed, Jesus, he's never coming back for them. And like, honestly, based off of everything I said, bro, like you give your own take on it, because honestly, like what Brother Panic said, arguing with people is just an absolute waste of fucking time.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially like for the Christians, like it's funny because like they don't even read the Bible because like I remember when I went to like church and whatnot,
Mhm.
they used to you know how they usually like just read the Bible like
Mhm.
when the pastor will be like, oh, turn the chapter this to book this and everything like that. But then when they
Mhm.
get home, they just like don't even read it or just like kind of like not even really pay attention to it. So it's like just goes to show like how like not comprehensive that they are. I feel like for them like reading is kind of like homework, but like, and you know how people feel like about homework and stuff like that. But that's what I think for like people with books and everything like that.
Like, I kid you not, bro. Reading, I'm not too sure about other like so-called races of humans. I mean, yes, they have different origins to us and whatnot. Whether you're talking about genetic engineering or whatever, yes, literally you can literally go back to Bobby Hemmett's lectures. You can literally even watch some of General Seti's videos. You could literally even, there are even books literally explaining about how like the book the Akan, the Sirius star system, and other African groups or something like that. Yeah, the Akan, AKAN. That book literally explains how different humans have different origins and whatnot. And I'm to focus on a book that's literally like, it not only steals, blatantly plagiarizes off of ancient Cometian Egyptian religion, but it literally twists the truth so much. Got you really thinking, wait a minute. So if Adam and Eve come from a, or I mean, they start a particular bloodline, and if you really stop and think about it, the origins of Adam and Eve, doesn't it sound a lot like genetic engineering when you stop and think about it, bro?
Yeah, definitely. Since like we're like even like talking about the atom, which is the atoms in the body, and then the Eve, which is also in the body as well. But it's funny how like they always like plagiarize some stuff, but like in school they just like if you plagiarize something, they always like, oh, it's so bad and everything like that. But they've really been doing it behind closed doors and everything like that.
And you know, it's so pathetic because, like you said, Christians won't even read the Bible that was given unto them. Because also, notice these pastors and preachers, there are certain books, it's like they're scared to even touch certain books in the Bible. Because once somebody whose mind is conscious enough, like even if they're in the religion, but once their mind is conscious enough and they really start to read the book just for what it is, they're going to stop and be like, goodness gracious, what kind of a absolutely fucked up religion is this? Blood sacrifice, genocide, treating women. I'm not just talking about black women in general like absolute shit, prostitution, rape, murder. God being the biggest like perpetrator of genocide in that book, and that's not even counting all of the books that aren't even in the King James canon. Because remember also, bro, even Bobby Hemmitt himself said, when people say the Bible, okay, but you do realize there were so many Bibles written before the King James version, right? And there were still versions written after the King James version. So which Bible are you talking about? The King James version? Are you talking about the Latin Vulgate? Are you talking about the Wycliffe version? Are you talking about the original Greek Septuagint? Are you talking about the Pentateuch? Are you talking about the Book of Enoch? Which Bible are you talking about? And not only to say that, bro, but again, with the amount of hidden occult esoteric knowledge, like, oh, Jesus died at the age of 33, like skull, like on the land of the skull called Golgotha. They're literally showing you there, yo, when Jesus died, like literally the Kundalini, that which we call the Kundalini, the serpentine energy rising from the base, like from the bottom tip of the spine, literally to the third eye eye, pineal gland, pineal gland, chakra, to which, like, literally with that gland, we could see, once it's open, we can see all of reality for what it is, but we also have multiple spiritual eyes. So, like, it's literally nothing but a bunch of the Bible itself. By the way, Jesus himself is the Son. Jesus is the Son of God. No, he's the Son, because General said he keeps exposing them in that, based off what they say in that stupid book. God is a sun and a shield. And Psalm 82, we are gods. Like, literally, bro, like, we are gods. So people cannot even get the esoteric, hidden symbolic messages. But then again, they can't even see the hidden symbolic messages in movies. What makes you think that they're going to see the hidden symbolic messages in a book? I mean, like, really, bro, what's your take on that? Like, are people literally so childlike in their mind that literally they see everything as, oh, everything's gonna be okay. Oh, the government loves us. Masa loves us. He's gonna take care of us. Like, really, bro?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just like kind of like you know how they say like older people are just like young souls, and then like the also younger generation
The
has like
old
the
souls.
old souls and everything like that. And it's funny, like when I first like started waking up, even in the Bible, it was saying like God created us, so God is within us. They even said that in the Bible and everything like that, but still people don't like truly understand what that really means and everything like that. And for like the ego part, like definitely since like we are like inner child, like expressing our inner child or healing all like inner child's wounds and everything like that, definitely has like an impact for like how we act and how we operate and everything like that.
And when I go back to what Real Merkaba already showed on the Bible, they wrote it in the Bible. Jesus himself said, the Jesus character, he said, and I quote, a lot of people will be saying, oh, the kingdom of God is here, the kingdom of God is there, but no, the kingdom of God is within you. Didn't he also say that the body is the temple of God? Wait a minute. So that means if the body is the temple of God, that means that the soul who is experiencing the physical world through the body is God. That means to say what Psalm 82 already said is true. I am a God and a child of the actual source energy, Most High, which also means to say that if I were to accept this, I don't know, old hillbilly with a beard in the sky, and like, that means to say when the Holy Spirit comes into my body, that is nothing short of demonic possession. Am I going crazy or?
Oh, not definitely like you know how they kind of like it's kind of like a cult, like you know how they like kind of like worship like a deity or like kind of like give up their power to like something else and like believing in that, and like they just give up like all this type of like resources and all that other stuff. It's great.
I mean, bro, and when you stop and think about it, remember, like I said, if you look at the etymological roots of words, because let's be real, English is just an absolutely messy language. Like,
Yeah.
yo, it's nothing but spell work and whatnot to show you it doesn't even honor the masculine and feminine principles. Like, if, for example, if I speak French and I say le soleil, it's the sun, but it's a masculine term. Or when I say la lune, it's the moon, a feminine term. Or when I even speak Spanish, el sol, again, the sun, la luna, the moon, a feminine term. English does not respect any of those principles, to show you, just as an example. And like, but remember, English itself is also a Germanic language. So a lot of those words really, you're talking about tracing back to Germanic people and their languages, because I also can speak a little bit of Dutch. When you say stuff like "de" or "het," it really isn't referring to being, by the way, "de" being the and "het" more or less being the same thing, but it depends on what context you're using the words. um like, literally, um it doesn't respect those principles, and like what on earth it is are you really referring to? Because life is about duality. It's about light and dark. It's about masculine and feminine. It's about high and low. It's literally about like positive and negative. But to show you, when you go back to the yeah, sorry for digressing a bit, but
Oh
like
no, no, you good.
but like I'm telling you, bro, when you do the etymological research and you see what the word God means, it literally is just a proto Indo-European, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean, for invoked one. And going back to what it is that Jesus said, saying the kingdom of God is in you. Your body is the temple of God. That means to say, wait a minute, if my body is the temple of God and God means invoked one, that means who I should be invoking is not some invisible hillbilly in the sky, like General Seti so perfectly said, but I should be invoking myself. Because I myself am a deity. I am a great entity that literally came to have my own experience or fulfill whatever purpose it was I came to fulfill here in this physical realm. So like, uh, everything is code. These people don't speak straight up. Everything for them is code. They're slick, but their system is up. They're done. It's our time to rise. Nature's literally cleaning a house. These bitches, oh, by the way, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but even though like the US itself, because for decades they used the US as their main foothold, as their main base to literally fulfill all of their agendas and whatnot. But now it looks like the beasts, the reptilians, like the dracons, whatever you want to call them, the entities that literally manipulate these people based off of childish, mundane promises. It looks like that power is now shifting to both, you guessed it, China and Russia. And a lot of people are not paying attention. Yo, if they use that smoke and mirrors shit and China and Russia literally go into war, but literally the scamdemic, they literally showed that the scamdemic was nothing more than a measure to destroy the economy. They're not telling us that straight up, but people who have done the research have already shown that it was literally done for nothing more than to destroy the economy, because that dollar is falling. All fiat currencies are falling. Mike Maloney in his video series, The Hidden Secrets of Money, by the way, real money is gold and silver, something that is tangible, it is limited in quantity, and it holds its store of value for lengthy periods of time. Fiat currency is not any of that. Fiat currency literally loses its value each and every second. And history shows, as Mike Maloney said, fiat currencies always fall to their true value, zero. So if people are not preparing themselves, if you're not dipping out of society, if you're not at least preparing yourself so that you're not hit by the brunt of this freaking the whiplash, the results of a failing economy based off whatever it is these motherfuckers want to do to like literally enslave people even more, because how the cosmic energies are literally shifting, and like people are starting to literally become aware of the illusion that is this reality. Like, bro, like give me your take. What is it that people should be doing to prepare themselves each and every way possible so that yeah, they're not hit by whatever it is that these bitches do have in store?
Oh yeah, just kind of like going back, I feel like people definitely like get downplayed by like the religion part, like always like giving up your power and just like pretty much worshiping someone other than yourself, and it just keeps downplaying that person. So that's why so many people have like anxiety, depression, and all that other stuff too, because everyone is just downplaying themselves. And then it's definitely all like a balance between like light and dark and like different things like that. And then for like the preparation, I would say definitely like get your mind and soul prepared first, because like it's all a mindset, to be honest, first and foremost. And then I would say just have like some things prepared, like maybe like a knife, or just like either like camping gear or like kind of like survival gear, like first aid kits and like different like survival stuff. And then I would say definitely have like,
Plane tickets, just
oh
if you got
yeah,
dip out somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely can't forget those. And then I would say um you know those like food storages like where you can like food packages that like live like a long time. Yeah, I'll definitely get those. And definitely like water or like having like water filters as well. And then yeah, I would say like just getting some and try fasting as well because like once this all hits, then it's just like you don't want to
You
like
cannot
eat.
rely on food. You cannot rely on
Yeah,
food.
you can't
And
like
you know it's
oh yeah,
Mhm.
you can't like you don't want to like buy all this food and everything like that, and then once it crashes, you eat all your food and all your stock, and then now you're just like left with nothing, to be honest. So it's like,
And you know, it's amazing, bro, because I remember in a video that Young Pharaoh made, because I'll always be grateful, even if I don't watch Young Pharaoh now as much as I used to, when I like, especially it was during the scamdemic when it really hit. That was when I really started to watch Young Pharaoh. And it was actually Young Pharaoh who was that one person who told me straight up, like blunt, Jesus never existed. When that hit my heart, bro, I am like, what? Jesus never existed? My goodness, I've been lied to my whole life so far. But it felt so liberating, bro, because it really goes to show that it didn't have anything to do with me. It didn't have, yeah, chickens in the background, just being chickens, you know how it is. But it has nothing to do with me because I'm a person. I was always a person open to information, bro. Even if a lot of that information just wouldn't apply to me, because hey, what applies to me may not apply to you, and what applies to you very well may not apply to me. But that's okay because we're all different aspects of the one source anyway. And remember, source does not care what the fuck you do with your life as long as you make the best of it. You're worshiping source? Nah, source doesn't give a damn about that. Are you taking action to literally prove that you come directly from source? Yeah, now we're talking. Because remember, the universe itself is ever expanding. Thus, the universe itself is not perfect. What is it that religions are teaching us about perfection and all that nonsense when literally what we should be doing is growing each and every day that passes, be grateful, rise with positive thoughts, as you shared with me so graciously. Thank you very much, little bro.
oh,
And literally always remembering that indeed it's not perfection, it's elevation, becoming a better version of ourselves each and every minute, each and every day. And something else I was gonna say, but you know, when the truth flows, like, yeah, I
yeah,
just I just talk. I don't really like look to remember what it is I'm saying. When it just comes out, it comes out. But I mean to say, okay, so he never existed. That's cool. Muhammad also never existed because even General Seti showed pictures of Muhammad's face, just like Moses. When you, if you remember the story with Moses, when he went up to get the 10 Commandments from God and whatnot. And by the way, all of that is taken from ancient Egypt again, which is literally the 42 laws of Mayat. Like, just how lazy are these motherfuckers? Only 10 Commandments? The so-called Hebrews, the Greeks, they literally already broke those commandments. By the way, a lot of the Old Testament's history is literally based off of, you could do the research, the Diadochi Wars, the Hellenization period with Alexander and whatnot. That is literally the perfect parallel of the biblical Old Testament stories of the Jews. I mean, yeah, so-called Jews going around conquering. It's the Greeks. It was always the Greeks. They've been exposed. Thank you, real Merkaba. They've been exposed and like literally speaking. So they twist history so much in such a way that yeah, they want us to focus on things that already happened, but why can't we just look back at the mistakes our ancestors made and literally move forward as a new breed of people? Because literally speaking, bro, as the universe keeps expanding, the universe itself, as I said, is not perfect. We shouldn't focus on perfection, but we should really focus on fulfilling our purpose and literally leaving a message behind that even if I were not to be here after today, I want y'all to know, yo, you yourself, at least many of y'all, the ones who are strong minded and you know that you do not belong in this world, please take the responsibility you need to do. Don't be lazy. and prepare yourself because shit is about to hit the fan. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Y'all better just be ready. So what do you think about that, little bro?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel that because like I know I kind of like had to do like some inner work with like not trying to be perfect because like I kind of feel like I was trying to be like oh this perfect person and everything like that, but I kind of just like had to like go with the flow and just accept who I was, to be honest. And then like for like the source, I feel like the source is just like experiencing itself within all of us. So like since we like definitely came from like the stars and from like source, I feel like it just like experiencing like oh I'm experiencing Andy or I'm experiencing Brandy this time, like kind of like in that type of way.
Trust me, you don't want to be Andy because Andy's seen some shit in his experience here so far. But I mean to
Uh,
say, like, yeah, bro, we just gotta be grateful because no matter what, other individuals have it so bad, but no matter what, it's really all just an experience. So it's about how they could literally pat themselves on the back, learn to love themselves, because that's another thing that these religions teach us, to love others more than ourselves. And that's just a lie from hell itself. I mean, okay, hell and heaven don't exist in the traditional sense of what Christianity, for example, which is somehow the largest religion in the world. And by the way, I forgot to mention Jeffrey Darty, who was also a YouTuber. Man, a lot of these YouTubers, since I started watching them during the pandemic time, they had to, with all these censorships and whatnot, they just indiscriminately taking their channels down, bro. Because, like what somebody said, it's not about basically what the saying says is they fear the people who take down or censor people's messages, fear that whatever it is that these people say can literally reach a certain like group of people and a certain number of people, so that once it really starts to click in a lot of people's minds, people will realize just how they were lied to and fooled. And like, yo, bro, like literally speaking, like for us to literally grow as spiritual beings, we should literally just learn to stop thinking so much, because the mind itself, it is a constituent of the spirit. It's not the spirit itself, but it's a gateway to it. Once we know that we cannot allow people to just enter our mind any way we want to, that's already a step in the right direction. We put boundaries and whatnot, because you have a lot of toxic motherfuckers out there. You have a lot of weak, like narcissistic people out there, because they don't believe in themselves. They will just look to project all of their insecurities, all of their self-hate and whatnot on you, when in reality they know that the problem is them and they don't want to work on it. But all I have to say is, bro, yo, Andy himself has seen some shit in his lifetime. And honestly, to see where I'm at right now, like, yo, there definitely is a group of spiritual beings, a true self, and a source that literally is just like looking after me as an example. And, bro, I just wish by the powers of the Most High Source itself that, yo, I can each and every day, as Jiddu Krishnamurti said. And another great quote that Ralph Smart likes to quote from him as well: it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. You want to be well adjusted to this society? Oh, well, all the best, because, like, yeah, it's not heading in the right direction. It's not going in the right direction. But like, literally, bro, you give your take on all of that, because, yo, like, we ain't got nothing to lose during this time, man. It's our own experience. Stop telling me how to live my life. You focus on you.
yeah, like especially like for like the religion part, that's why they always say like love thy neighbor and never said like love yourself or nothing like that. And then for like the big channels and like the celebrities, a lot of them like a lot of celebrities can't really come out with the truth because like you know how they get canceled or like kind of get like either like put in those underground caves or like you know put in those like
Or they
celebrity
just straight up
jails.
killed him.
Oh
They
yeah,
just straight up killed him.
definitely, to be honest. And then like all the stories from history was already stolen, and that's why they just like twist up like the characters, or like kind of twist like, oh, if it's like 12 commandments or it's just 10 and stuff like that. That's why they, history repeats itself. And then um for like the worry, like they keep like trying to like put like that worrying about like what's gonna happen, but we all know like the truth, and we're like the nature is taking us, and we just can't really like just be attached to that system, because it'll just like keep bringing us down and just like lower our vibration.
Like for real, bro. Like that last part there, especially. How can you be well adjusted to this absolutely sick society? Did people just really just watch The Matrix as a movie? Did they really not just like? Did something not click in the gears and bolts of their mind to say, "Yo, that movie, something about that movie always stuck with me. This system that I'm in, it's not beneficial to me. Why should I even? I mean, the name that was given unto me, Andy Labardi. Like, fuck, that's not who I am. That's not me. That's not the true self. This body, this physical body, I'm man enough to admit that it's not me. It's just a suit, the best suit, because it absorbs the sun's rays, and so that I could receive information and whatnot. And like it has that natural sunscreen. It's that literal sun protection and whatnot. But apart from that, it's just a suit. It's not who I am. And not only to say that too, but because nature is my provider and whatnot, why should I look to some bullshit Neanderthal looking motherfucker, aka the people who run this society and whatnot? Why should I turn to these people when, like you said, I could literally be like those people out in nature, just plucking fruits from trees and whatnot, fasting, drinking fresh water, and all that kind of stuff? Nature gives us everything for free. So why must we stay in a system that literally perpetuates and continues to suck up our energy as if they so care about us when they could not care less about us? They also give their power away. Like these same people who run this society, they give their power away continually to entities that you cannot see with the two eyes, but with the first eye and all the spiritual eyes. So like um people really cannot see that this is really a spiritual war going on. This really isn't so much physical, because the physical world really is just an illusion, and it was a vibrational shift, like what Bobby Hemmett said, where there was one time a shift happened, a shift took place where the spiritual world was way more easy to see, and the physical world was really showing its true nature as an illusion. But then when the vibrations shift again, and again, there are probably books out there that where you could literally like read all of that. So I don't know, do your research on occult and esotericism and whatnot. But like the vibration shift, the physical world seems real, but the spiritual world seems inaccessible, when that's not true, because to see how far you've reached in life, there's no way that it was on your own power alone, even though you are a great being having a temporary human experience here. And like, bro, like when it comes to religion and whatnot, I remember when I was watching Jeffrey Darty, because mind you, Jeffrey was studying the word, the so-called word of God, the Bible, Christianity. He was in that for 40 years, and he was a preacher for 25 years. For him to come out after all that time and expose Jesus, calling him plastic, again, he never existed. He never existed. Outside of the Bible itself, just like what Real Merkaba said, you have to believe in everything the book tells you, because there is no secular physical proof that these characters existed. And even if there was proof, was it forged by these people who claim that they existed? Oh, probably it did happen. But it really goes to show that people are so out of touch, put in these indoctrination camps and whatnot, schools. Like, people, your children, this is the perfect time for you to take them out of these indoctrination camps and you start educating them. Black people, start educating your children on how great all of the great black kings and queens were, leading their empires, whether it be in ancient Nubia, in ancient Kush, in ancient Kemet, which is ancient Egypt, in Timbuktu. When you're talking about the West Africa, when you're talking about the kingdoms of East Africa, when you're talking about the kingdoms of South Africa, the Zulu and whatnot, Black people, start teaching your children about how great their ancestors were, how great their empires were. White people, do yourselves a favor. Please keep your piece of shit leaders in check, because these motherfuckers, they don't care if you get taken out as well. They don't care about you. You're not of the same bloodline as them, so they could care less about your existence. Arabs, I hope y'all realize that it's only a matter of time before these motherfuckers, they use you as the scapegoats that you are, and that they just wipe you out completely. And I could go on and on, but basically, bro, yo, these people have left a message for us to show us that, yo, each and every people, the best thing that we can do for ourselves is separate from one another, but we could still support one another whenever we can. Black people, you can only be successful if you have your own nation, your own economy, everything created by you for you, because there is no way that you can share power with anyone else. And I don't mean to turn this into a race thing, but the truth is, not everyone is the same. The Bible lied to us. Not everyone is the same. Forget it. I don't come from the same spiritual realm as you, but big deal. Earth is a meeting place anyway. We have a divine duty, especially as Black people, to literally take this world back from the pieces of rubbish that literally hijacked it from us. And literally speaking, I don't mean to say like, yo, other people still can't live their own lives and whatnot. But bro, we have a mission to do. I really wish that this message can resonate with the people who truly have the mind to comprehend, the eyes to see, and the ears to hear, because this is not the time to literally be focusing on love and hip hop, or what movie, what celebrity is making next and all that nonsense. Like, bro, that's not the time. That's not the time, bro. We literally, it's our time to literally speak as much truth as we can, and to literally apply that knowledge to ourselves. And that once every individual on this planet can literally start to apply that power in their own lives, what a better world this would be automatically, man. These bitches, no way that they would have the illusion of power that they've always had. And remember, like I said, it's not power, it's the illusion of power. They don't have power. We are the power. Without us, they are nothing but a bunch of weaklings. Is that true? Or, like, again, if I'm speaking nonsense, call me out for it.
Oh no, that's fast, because we can easily just like overthrown like the government and everything. Like if people really like were to like come together and like put their differences aside and everything like that. And then for them, it's like kind of like collateral damage for like other races and everything like that, because they don't really like care about anything but themselves and just money and power and just control and everything like that. And then for like the homeschool, like I know like a lot of people just send the kids to school just because like
Public indoctrination camp. Let's call it for what it is, bro. Public indoctrination camp.
Yeah, fast, because like either they just like too busy or don't want to deal with their kids or anything like that, or just don't really want to like take time out. But like even like after like just hitting them with some knowledge about like the truths and everything like that. And then like even when like the doctors comes out and everything like that, and like the people who who actually like made it came out with the truth and everything, and people still like haven't really resonated with like the information, or like really understand what they were talking about.
One thing I can say, bro, one thing I can say, really, salvation is a personal thing. And like you already mentioned, it's not going to come from some imaginary deity in the sky. Like, really, like what General said, he said, how can you anthropomorphize? How can you give a form to the creator of all things? I thought everything was energy in its base form. Like, how is it that you can tell me, oh, the gates of heaven, oh, the pearly gates of heaven, and the throne of God? What? The freaking creator is actually a human. Like, humans are just one species, for fuck's sake, if you wanna look at it that way. What about the different spiritual entities that exist out there in the universe and whatnot? Like, I'm pretty sure they're not human. Even if they are humanoid in some sense, they're not human. So like, why should we even think that the universe starts and ends with us, for fuck's sake? Like, I can get that maybe Earth might be the center of the galaxy, because just like, Men in Black vibes, again, they hide the truth in fiction, because Earth is a way station. Just like when you go to the train station and you have to wait at a particular stop for your next ride, you wait right there in the transit station. Like, literally, that's what Earth is. It's a way station where we wait to open like access gates to enter other realms. Like, bro, I'm telling you, these people have been exposing the truth to us. They've been putting the truth to us right in our faces for years and whatnot. Yeah, that's an airplane here in the background. So like, yeah, but like, literally speaking, what is it with these parents as well? You gave birth to these kids. You've allowed these kids to come from their spiritual homes. They were so good and happy in their spiritual realms. And okay, basically, whatever happens to your child, whatever they regurgitate based off of what these slave masters put in their minds, you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you know that these are indoctrination camps. You know these people don't care about you. And the excuse I hate, and I mean, I despise to hear from people, bro. Yeah, but what do you want us to do? We in the system already, motherfucker. Do what you gotta do to disconnect from the system as much as possible. Because I don't care about this freaking system. I don't care about the schools. They're indoctrination camps. I don't care about government. They claim to be gods when they're not. They're parasites. I don't care about the churches, because they are literal witchcraft temples. Like how the book of Ephesians says, slaves obey your masters and whatnot. Gee, I wonder how black people who were caught up in slavery, how do they feel about that? How the hell would they feel about that passage today? It's nothing but a bunch of nonsense. Christianity, nobody in their right mind would follow a religion like Christianity, bro. Even Judaism has way more straightforward esoteric knowledge. Islam is literally like what, the daughter of Christianity, the granddaughter of Judaism, which is nothing, again, nothing but a bunch of bullshit and whatnot. And also, thanks to Real Merkaba, I learned that Islam back then is not the same as Islam today. So if people simply did their research, they would see how much things changed, even for religions that originally are nothing more. The three Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, are nothing more than military tools that were used by freaking conquerors. Plain and simple. You can't tell me you created all these laws and whatnot, yet the people who you enslaved are the ones who have to follow it, but you can go ahead and destroy and literally just pillage and make a mess of this planet any way you feel like. How is it that you're not to receive a great judgment upon your bitch ass when the time comes? Because like, literally, bro, we have to stop. Like, we really got to separate from these people. Black people have to, especially, they would have to separate from everybody, not for hate, but because, yo, we were already successful for millions of years without anyone else on the planet. Everybody else literally just came yesterday. And they keep saying in their bullshit science, yeah, everybody came out of Africa, which I don't really agree with, but whatever, it's up to your interpretation. So then if black people are the ancestors of pretty much everyone that exists on the planet, whether it be through genetic engineering that changed these other races, if you want to call it that, that means to say, yo, we really need to separate ourselves from y'all and literally create our own thing, because like, sorry, you've proven time after time after time that you keep using us. You keep using us for your own ends. So yeah, sorry, white people, sorry, Indian people, Arabs, slanted-eyed Asian people. We got to separate from y'all, because y'all can be successful in your own right. Well, then we can be successful in our own right too, because we're the ones who created civilization and whatnot. We're the ones who literally created everything when it comes to religion and whatnot. Where the hell were y'all the last few millions of years that, yeah, like, seriously, we created everything. And I move forward with this message, not focusing on the past, because forget the past. It's literally nothing more than a lesson that we should literally always go back to, and always remind ourselves, yo, this and that and this and that and this and that mistake, yeah, we gotta avoid as much as possible. Because yo, that's not to say that we can't be dealing with y'all other people, but at the same time, it's better if everyone just has their like segregate. Yeah, I'm totally for segregation in that sense. Yeah, black people deal with mostly black people, and if it means that we gotta deal with our own people for doing stupid shit, don't worry, we'll be dealing with them and whatnot. White people, you deal with your own people. Indian people, yeah, you deal with your own people, and so on and so forth. But people of the world, please, please, I wish you were just to become a bit more conscious and realize that this system is collapsing. We are the power of that gives life to the system. We feed the system, and I say it's about time that we say enough to this system. Because bro, yo, like literally, there is no way we can say that we want to separate from all of this and that we continue to do the same bullshit over and over. Insanity definitely is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. What do you say? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially like for the people who kind of like one on those hamster wheels. It's just like like a everlasting like a cycle for them, but they don't really realize it until like they wake up until like their next lifetime or whenever that time may come. And especially for like the segregation part, like definitely like different races should have like their own like segregation, because like people
They
can
should have
have
their
like,
own societies, have their own societies, have their own system for them.
yeah, definitely, since like it can like cause like corruption or like try to like use people and all that, all little back and forth type stuff. So like we should have like one group mess with one group and then like the other group mess with their own. That's why they were thinking of like building like that wall that just really like in a spiritual setting, like that, just like in a spiritual meaning, it just means like separating from people, like in that way. And then like for like the pilgrims, um and like the people try to like claim that they found America and everything like that, they just like trust in like the truth and everything like that. And then it's funny how like a lot of people like believe in like science and everything like that, but science is really like matter, solid, liquid, like energy is all like that type of stuff, but they don't believe in that type of stuff. But now they want to believe in science that came from, the big pharma and everything like that, which is crazy. And
And you
then,
know, it's so. Mhm.
oh yeah, and then life goes on. Once like someone dies, it just doesn't stop because that person dies, it just like keeps going.
And that's the thing, brother. Just like what you just mentioned there with coming back in the life and next life, like the ancient Cometians taught us these physical bodies are prisons in and of themselves. Fun fact: did you know in ancient Africa, all throughout ancient Africa, throughout the different nations and kingdoms and whatnot, there were no prisons? Like, it was freaking white people that came up with prisons. We did not believe in prisons because the thing that we would mostly do to anyone who committed a great offense, or depends on how how great the offense would be, is just to kill them. Because like what Bobby Hemmett said, and when you stop and think about it, it's true. You could do a soul or spirit no greater favor than to just destroy the physical body, because that way they're just like liberated, they're relieved. They don't have to go through the nonsense of this physical world no more, bro. I'm telling you straight up. For as much as I enjoy this, like meeting with you, like literally sharing the message to like possibly millions of people worldwide, I wish I was not here right now. Straight up, I really couldn't care. I really couldn't care less about the mundane, temporary hamster wheel nonsense of this life. Like literally, bro, I'd rather be in the realm of my ancestors and whatnot. Like there's nothing special about this world apart from the fact that we come to experience, to literally share information and whatnot, and to literally meet each other. Because Just like what Dr. Mumbi says, we all come from different nations. We all come from different nations and kingdoms and whatnot. And like literally speaking and whatnot, because these nations and kingdoms are naturally separated from one another because the universe is growing. It's been large for quite a while now, and it's only ever expanding. Like the only way that we would meet each other is literally through this way station of a realm we call Earth. Remember Mortal Kombat, Earth realm, and like you have the different realms and whatnot. If you pay attention to the lore, yeah, again, they hide the truth in fiction. It's different realms, different worlds, different realities. It's all different stuff. And this place is the only place where a lot of us could meet each other anyway, barring the fact that, yeah, some of us do come from the same realm, but that's probably a topic for another time. But like literally speaking, bro, you do want to avoid reincarnation as much as possible because how many experiences can you possibly get? How much growth could you possibly get coming back to the same realm over and over and over, living the same mundane life over and over and over, experiencing pain over and over and over again? I mean, like, yeah, there are good times as well, but for fuck's sake, pain is a physical thing. And Nisargadatta, Nisargadatta, I can't remember his last name. Yeah, he literally said in a quote, like, pain is physical, but suffering is mental. Beyond the mind, there is no suffering. A lot of people suffer because they attach themselves to things. And what happens when you attach yourself to things? That is really where the pain starts coming in. So, like, literally speaking, goodness gracious, people, we should learn to live with very little as we can. Because no matter what, yo, you came into this world only for an experience. And there is no freaking way you're going to tell me that everyone that you knew when this body passes away, because death itself is not a real thing. Death itself is not real. It's just transitioning. Like you said, science teaches you that the energy literally moves on to another place, regardless of where that place is. Oh, and by the way, science way back in the ancient days with Kemet and even before, science and magic were both the same thing. Because when you study science and whatnot, you're literally studying the laws of the universe. Science is literally the laws of the universe. Magic is literally the laws of the universe. Magic is literally just a code word for science. So like, yeah, it's literally to know. It's literally to know and to apply that knowledge to yourself. But literally speaking, bro, people really should, because if hell is a real place according to Christianity, so it's on a planet, right? It's on a planet, right? Because like fire can only exist in a freaking fire can only exist in an atmosphere, and it's already proven that pain is only a physical sensation. So how can I, as a spiritual being, even experience pain to begin with? And heaven, as we already talked about, pearly gates and whatnot. But then, like, wait a minute. If that's the case, then wait. If God literally created all these things, if God literally wants us to be like him, because Lucifer himself, Lucifer, which by the way means pineal gland and whatnot, again, Christianity and its plagiarism and whatnot, taken from ancient Kemet. Jesus is literally nothing more than a composite of the gods Asar, Osiris, Heru, Horus, as well as different other entities, different other gods, but these gods were really only symbolic measures of who we really are. You know what I mean? Like Heru represents a certain aspect of me. Heteru, Hathor represents a certain aspect of me. Aset, she represents a certain aspect of me. And you have Ra, who represents an aspect of me. Sekhmet, Bastet, and so on and so forth. Like literally, our ancestors have taught us way back, yo, you really want to live as just and as simple as possible to avoid coming back into this realm, because like because there are entities out there who are going to harvest your energy, who are going to look to trap you as much as you can to suck up your energy. Like literally, please, black people, wake the fuck up. Get back to the ways of your ancestors and move forward with them, because Christianity clearly ain't getting you nowhere, and none of these piece of shit religions are getting you anywhere anyway. So please, why don't you go back to the ways of your ancestors and move forward? Be a futuritarian. Be someone who's moving toward the future. One thing that makes white people, and I'll give them credit for that, one thing that makes white people so successful even in the physical realm, but again, the physical realm is literally just a low expression, like one of the lowest expressions ever. You're talking about a slow moving 3D realm, but in the spirit, everything moves fast. So like, what makes white people so successful is that they don't think about now so much. They look toward the future. And I've noticed too often Black people have had that problem of looking toward the future. Because now we must learn to be in the now. But if you continue to plan, moving forward, I guarantee you, you're always going to be steps ahead of whoever it is who's trying to take you out. Because this is a gladiator realm no matter what. And think about it. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. The universe is the macrocosm. We are the microcosm. We are a universe in and of ourselves. Imagine if here, half of the motherfuckers here don't like us. In the spiritual realms as well, half of those beings also don't like us as well. But bro, essentially at the end of the day, people should really just try to avoid coming back into this realm, because this is not it, man. This is not even who we are. This is the lowest you can get. Like, literally speaking, please, people, I don't care what race you're from and whatnot. Do the work, do the inner work on literally raising yourself up spiritually, so that you don't leave anything, so that your heart could be as light as a feather, because we got to learn to live in the heart space. Forget the mind. Society's too focused on the mind. The ancient Egyptians, before they would mummify the body, they get rid of the brain, because the mind itself, forget it. Remember what I told you about the car earlier? Forget it. It's not important. The heart is literally what you should be focused on the most. Live in the heart space, because that's where God, true self, speaks to you. Hey, bro, I'm ready to wrap this up, but any last words, any last thoughts on what it is that you would like to share with the people out there and whatnot?
Oh yeah, just kind of like a recap, like that's why like most Black people go to prisons, because like the white people made it, and then like the soul attached to like the body, so like the body will stay healed. That means like our soul is attached to the earth, so that's why like it keeps like reincarnating and everything like that. And then like attachment to things, like just like too attached, then it's always good to be like a minimalist, like try to like operate with like the least amount of things. And then like the fourth dimensional beings definitely like try to like steal our energy, definitely during the witch hours and everything like that. And then like one day in the spiritual realm is like 1 year in the physical. And then like, yeah, just live in your heart space, and that's pretty much it.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, before we wrap this up, I just want to say, no hard feeling toward anybody, because the message is for everybody. But I speak specifically toward people who look like this physical body when I say, y'all got to segregate. Y'all got to get out of that childish mindset and really create your own nation, separate from everybody else, because you've been here the longest. So please do whatever it is you can to ensure that you can escape this realm, and that you apply that knowledge to your kids, so that they can teach their kids, and they can teach their kids, and so on and so forth. Slavery is literally just a blip in our history. We've had great civilizations, great kingdoms and whatnot. And when it comes to our, like you perfectly laid it out, bro, attachments and whatnot, that also counts for people. Do not be attached to anybody, no matter how much good they mean to you, no matter how much positivity they've done for you, no matter how much you love them, they love you. Do not be attached to anybody as well. It sounds tough. It's tough, but it can be done, because again, you didn't come into this world with anything, and you sure as hell aren't going to leave with anything, unless you go back to the ancient Commission practices of like literally, you know what I mean, bro? Like they would bury their dead with some like goods and whatnot because they would believe that the spirit of those goods would even follow them in the afterlife, unless if it's something like that. But apart from that, yo, bro, I ain't got nothing much more to say. Just try to detach yourself as much as possible. As you said, be a minimalist, live with as little as you can, and remember, great health, great health, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I can guarantee you it's gonna carry you a long way.
Oh yeah, definitely like breaking those like generational curses and like those generational karmas and everything like that. So that's definitely a point.
Anyway, yeah, bro, it's about breaking those curses. And when we come into certain bloodlines and whatnot, it's literally our duty to yeah, literally live as powerfully, live as powerfully, gratefully, and like literally live like the great beings that we are, because like we come to literally end a lot of curses within the bloodlines that we come in, because it's so special, because it's literally a cleanup mission for us when we come into this realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I feel that. Yeah. I don't want to
Yeah.
take up too much of your time.
Nah, it's all good, my brother. I think we've had all the time in the world to discuss what it is we had to discuss. And yeah, may this message literally reach as many people as it can.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Thank you again for coming on too.
No. Thank you for the idea and the invitation. Like literally, it's about time that we literally start applying all that we should practice what we preach, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, and always have faith in what like the nature and the divine is going to happen too.
Oh, you know how it is, my brother. Like literally, the universe is for us. So whoever is against us, really, they're only against themselves, because I ain't got no hate. I ain't got no hate toward you. If you feel a certain way toward me, that's none of my business. What you think about me is none of my business, because it's only what I think about me that's all of my business, because what I think within myself can literally destroy myself. So forget you. All you can do is destroy the physical body. But me, I can destroy myself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I'm tired of that. I'm literally ready to get up out of this realm, bro.
Yeah, same to be honest. Like I could like just like randomly like vanish tomorrow. I'll be happy with that.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Have just about had enough of this physical realm, really. But man, to literally, I'm really grateful to True Self, man. I'm really grateful to True Self. Just keep like lightly tapping me in the head, like, hey, remember, this is not your home. This is not your realm. You're here on a purpose. You're here on a purpose.
Yeah, those like divine messages be coming in handy to be honest. Like in the right moments and everything.
You're definitely right about that, my brother. But hey, I really wish that everything was recorded, so that people could definitely get the message. And yeah, I'll continue to keep in touch with you as always, brother. People, doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, what race or whatever, you got to realize that there are fourth dimensional entities that are controlling third dimensional organic entities, aka old hillbilly white men, just calling it for what it is, to literally take over this planet. And this planet is cleaning up, ready to literally reset herself back into a peaceful state. Are you with it or against it? Please be with it.
Yeah, most definitely. That was great.
Hey, bro, one love, peace, peace and power to you, and much love to everybody else as well. Yo, we definitely will do this another time.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was great, man. Thanks.
Wow, yo, definitely, bro. I got you to thank for the idea, because literally may it reach as many people as it can. And oh boy, oh boy, like literally, like you said, I could just vanish. Like this physical body can vanish tomorrow. I don't care. Like, oh, hey, I'm back in my spiritual form again. Woohoo!
Right. It'll be like all that like inner child and like we have like different like spiritual family like in different like realms as well. So getting back to that as well, that would be fun.
Oh man, bro, I'm telling you, like, and honestly speaking, like what Enoch the Freestyle Sprint said, just the fact that we're here in this dense, slow moving 3D realm, that automatically makes us better than our ancestors, our spiritual ancestors, because like goodness gracious, why didn't y'all come down here to this book?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
bro. So any last yeah, words of encouragement that you'd like to share with the audience, or
Um, I think we said it all. Uh, yeah. Thanks for sharing your knowledge as well. Much
man,
appreciation.
bro, one thing I know for a fact, we're always growing. We're just not staying in one place. We should continually grow as individuals, because the Andy that I am right now, I'm definitely not looking to be the same Andy tomorrow. I mean, if you want to use that name, which is literally just for the ego and not the true spiritual being who's really controlling the body, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like just like that physical, like ego, like illusion of who we think we are, but not who we actually are.
Hey, bro, one love. Yo, I'll keep in touch with you, people. Do take care, and please remember, there's really a whole unseen, untapped world to get into. It's about time that we literally move past this physical realm, man. Literally.
Oh yeah. Uh, Thanks again, bro, and I'll catch you out later in the chat too.
Yo, watch nothing, my brother. Yo, one love. We'll do this again another time.
Oh
Peace,
yeah.
everyone.
Peace.